Good afternoon. My name's Heather Arnet, and I'm the CEO of the Women and Girls Foundation. And before we move forward, I just want to thank all of you mighty, fierce, semi-wet people for standing here this afternoon. You're showing your deep, deep conviction and commitment to this issue, and we are so very grateful. So thank you on behalf of everyone here at Women and Girls Foundation. This is our 5th annual Equal Pay Day Rally, and we have good news to share today, along with the bad news. You've heard the figures, and yes, we still have a wage gap in this region and in this country for women and people of color. But what's especially inspiring and hopeful today is with your support, not just from coming through these rallies, but to coming to the rally each year and pledging what you are going to do to fix it, to change it in that next year. We've seen progress here in this community for the first time in 10 years, more progress than has happened anywhere else nationally. When we started doing these rallies in 2005, women made 80 cents per dollar nationally, 75 cents per dollar at the Pennsylvania level, and less than 69 cents here in Pittsburgh metro area. Today, in 2011, women nationally make 81 cents per dollar. At the Pennsylvania level, they make closer to 74 cents per dollar, and we are making 75 cents per dollar here in the Pittsburgh metro area. Now again, that's not something we're going to applaud. It's not 100% there, but we have seen the needle move in the right direction here in Pittsburgh. It's because of you, and it's because of some of the people I'm about to introduce. First, I want to thank Council President Darlene Harris, who is over at Grand Street right now in session at City Council, but has made a proclamation in all of our honor here and just testified and once again to her commitment on this issue of equal pay. We have been proud to work with City Council, Councilwoman Harris, and then especially Councilman Shields, who helped lead an effort several years ago to pass wage equity legislation through the City Council. And that wage equity legislation mandated for the first ever race and gender wage equity audit to happen in the city of Pittsburgh. That pledge happened here at an Equal Pay Day rally. And then women and men like yourselves continued to encourage City Council to pass that legislation, and they did. And the mayor signed it, and it exposed a wage gap in this city, and now they are fixing it. We then followed that up, and County Council President Fitzgerald joined us on this stage a few years ago and pledged that the county would do likewise, and so did County Chief Executive Dan Honorato. And they worked together with County Council, and Councilwoman Green was on council that year as well and helped sponsor that legislation as well. And with their leadership, the county is now in process of its first race and gender compensation audit as well. So the coming to these rallies is more than symbolic. You do real stuff by coming here today, and we are so grateful. We have several people here today who are elected officials and who are running, and we want running for different elected offices. We want to give them a chance to talk to you about their commitments to this issue. So the first person I'm going to bring up is Rich Fitzgerald.
Thank you, and I was pleased to be here really the last 5 years. We started here a couple of years ago, and then we had to move up to Mellon Square, but the rally stayed the same, and the movement stayed the same, and the cause stayed the same. So I've been very pleased as being on County Council to support that legislation, working with Heather, and I got to give Heather a lot of credit. She stays with it, she stayed on it, and she's been terrific in making sure that pay equity continues to be a goal. We have made progress from 69 cents up to 75 cents, but it's not going to be done till we be at 100%. I've been proud of the work I've done on council. I'm proud of the fact that right now, running for county executive, that yesterday I received the endorsement of the National Organization of Women. That's a proud endorsement. Thank you, that I carry very proudly to work with a lot of the folks, because we've got to make sure that it's not just white men. And I'm a white man, so I'm not against all white men. I'm certainly not. But we've got to make sure it's equal. As a father of 6 daughters who are always at this rally with me as well, it's something I strive for as a parent. And I know it's something I strive for also as a candidate. I wanted to make sure that as a candidate this year, that my party, the Democratic Party, had gender balance on it. And I was proud to come out and endorse to make sure that we had on the ticket one of our controller candidates, and I see one is here today, Valerie McDonald Roberts, endorsing her along with Heidi's from Chelsea Wagner's office running for controller. It was important to me that we not just have 7 white men on the ticket. And I was proud of the fact that we did endorse Chelsea Wagner as to have a woman to be the first woman county controller. So you have my support and my commitment that I will continue to fight this fight, working with my colleague, Amanda Green Hawkins, who I was proud to work with on county council. We're going to get that 75 cents up to $1 very shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. We also, our sisters at the National Organization for Women have also asked us to tell you that Rich Fitzgerald received their endorsement this morning. I am now going to introduce to you Mark Patrick Flaherty, also a candidate for County Chief Executive.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you to the Women and Girls Foundation, and really proud to be here today wearing my red on behalf of my daughter, who is 6 years old, currently just getting out of kindergarten, that one day she will have an equal pay and an equal world for all women. On behalf of the people in the women in the county controller's office, that we embarked on an equal pay study when I got in there to make sure that the women were paid equally as amongst the men, and as well as for all the women in the county, and making sure that the women are getting equal pay for equal work. And right now we're in the process of getting the Human Resources Department to finish that study. That study, unfortunately, was not done by its mandated date last December, so we're working with them in conjunction to make sure they finish the study and it gets done properly, and we can move on in the county. And as the next county executive, I will promise that that study does get finished, and it will be on time, it will be correct, and we will enforce it, that the women in the county will get the equal pay that the equal men do for the equal work. So I'm very proud of what we've done in the controller's office, very proud of how we're moving forward in the county, and very excited about my record of sticking up for my daughter, and also of my background of working with girls in youth soccer programs and being a coach there for them on a voluntary basis for the last 20 years. And so I'm very proud to be a long supporter of the Women and Girls Foundation and their movement, and proud to be a part of this event, and really looking forward to moving forward and getting the equality that all women and all gender and race people deserve. And I want to thank everybody for coming, and God bless you all. Take care.
Thank you. Next person I'm about to introduce is also a longtime attender of the Equal Pay Day Rally. And I want to say, I mean, truly, folks, it means something, especially means something on a rainy day like this, that these folks have come here to talk with you. They take this issue seriously, and when they move on to their next level of office, we'll all continue this conversation. So, Valerie McDonald Roberts, Department of Real Estate Manager and candidate for County Controller.
Good afternoon, women and men who support women. We compose 50% of the population. This society and culture wouldn't exist without us. It makes no sense that we are not thought equally as well as men. And one thing that determines your equality is the money in your pocket, is to make sure you have the same amount of change in your pocket as men do. Ladies, we have to quit talking about it, and it has to be about action. We can talk till the cows come home, but it's up to you to make sure that we're wonderful people. We always have a carrot, but you better have a stick. And it's time that we start to take the sticks out and make sure that we protect ourselves, that we help ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. So I would ask you to start taking action. The way we do that is that we put people that support women being totally totally equal with men in higher places. The tone is always set at the top. Whether it's your company, whether it's your organization, whether it's in government, no matter where it's at, it's up to us to make sure that we put people who have our best interests at heart in office, in CEO positions, in supervisory positions. We can no longer be crabs in a barrel and tear each other down. Oftentimes we get that perception, that misperception. Well, it's time that we support one another. We must support one another. I am running for office because of just this very nature, to make sure that we protect those that need a voice wherever we can have a voice to make change. I want to put an imprint in government, and that's why I'm running for county controller, so I can continue to make that imprint, to make sure that there are audits, that there are examinations, that there is oversight to make sure that there is equity and equality for all people, all people. So I would ask for your support. But one thing that I had done, as you talk about where can we make a change, when I became real estate manager and recorder of deeds, I noticed that there was inequity. Women definitely were not making a dollar on the dollar. And what I did after being told I couldn't do it, I worked with the union and I did it. I made sure I elevated the women in my office. I assessed them and made sure and motivated them to do more. Now I have a diverse staff, I have a diverse administrative staff, and women make $1 for every dollar. So that little dollar bill you get over there, no, the women have dollars that equal the same size as men in my office. Again, put people in places to make a difference. Thank you very much. And Heather, thank you very much for hosting this.